Hello there, and welcome to today's recording, where we're going to find out more about our winners from last year's awards that will hopefully encourage you to enter this year. So we're waiting to hear from these inspiring stories from all of our awards from last year. So today's submission was for Best Initiative to Deliver Social Value Through Procurement, and the winners were Foodbuy. So I'm joined with here today by Laura Neville, who's Global Responsible Sourcing Lead at Compass Group, and Matt Wall, who's Head of Marketing and Communications for Foodbuy UK. Thank you both for joining us, and congratulations on your win. So I'll hand over to you. We're excited to hear more about your case study.
Brilliant. Thanks, Emma. And firstly, just thank you for the opportunity to present our winning submission. It's such fantastic recognition to have received a CIPS award. So firstly, just wanted to start by thanking everyone at CIPS for this opportunity and the great recognition you've given our business. I think anyone working in procurement knows that CIPS and winning a CIPS award is the true pinnacle for anyone in our profession. And for that reason, everyone at Foodbuy is just so proud of what we've achieved and the award that we've been given. Today, Laura and I are going to talk you through our submission, our award-winning submission, and how we pulled it together. So it's all around buying social for a better world. So appreciate social procurement is a fairly new term. So just before we kind of start and get into the presentation, we've got a short video that we wanted to play.
We call the process of working with social enterprises social procurement. This means when we use our buying power for good to generate social value above and beyond the value of goods and services being procured. A social enterprise is a business that is really changing the world for the better. They are purpose-led businesses. They are different from charities as they sell goods and services, where charities often ask for donations to fund their work. Like traditional businesses, social enterprises do aim to make a profit, but it's what they do with the profit that sets them apart. They reinvest or donate at least 50% of their profits to create positive social impact. With the perception of value changing as the concept of social procurement evolves, we can see that purpose-led procurement decisions are becoming more and more prominent within industry. The photos on the right are from our Buy Social Corporate Challenge launch event, which we held in 2019 and invited a range of social enterprises to showcase their products. Matt is now going to take us through the Buy Social timeline.
Thanks, Laura. So interesting, our social procurement journey actually dates back all the way to 2014, which is when we first started working with our first social enterprise supplier. So they're a company called Life Water, and they're a long-standing partner to Foodbuy. They provide us with bottled water with a difference. So profits from sales of their water go towards funding clean drinking water projects in developing countries. And we're actually able to track our impact through to specific communities where our sales are really kind of impacting and kind of helping lives for the better. In 2014 alone, we funded our first 6 projects with Life Water, helping almost 10,000 people to gain access to clean drinking water. What's also interesting, we didn't actually start talking about Life Water as a social enterprise at the beginning, or for the first few years of our partnership. We're of course celebrating the social impact though. But it begs the question to anyone who's watching right now, what social value actually exists in your supply chain already? It's certainly worth looking into and exploring, because we certainly had it and we weren't necessarily aware of it at the beginning. Moving through to kind of 2016, this is really when the notion of social procurement began to pick up pace in the UK. So a company called Social Enterprise UK, with whom we work with and partner with very closely, they launched the Buy Social Corporate Challenge. And Laura's going to talk to you a little bit more about that in a minute. But essentially, it's a challenge that brings together corporate partners from a broad range of different industries and sectors, all with a collective ambition to spend 1 billion with social enterprise suppliers. In 2017, we expanded our portfolio of social enterprises. So we started working with Change Please, Rubies in the Rubble, and Toast Ale. And then incredibly, we also funded our 100th clean drinking water project with Life Water. So some quite incredible kind of stuff that was already happening whilst social procurement was very much in its infancy. In 2018, a certain Laura joined our team. So I'll hand you over to her to talk to you about what we did from there on.
Thanks, Matt. And as Matt has said, Foodbuy were already doing great work with social enterprises. However, when I joined in 2018, I introduced the movement of social procurement internally to our colleagues and also with our clients. From then, we were able to move towards buying socially and joining the Buy Social Corporate Challenge. We held our launch showcase event, and then that's exactly when we started to begin tracking our spend, realising our impact and setting a number of commitments around the challenge. In 2020, we began to gain external recognition for our work, including winning a CIPS Award, which we were delighted with, and also being shortlisted for a number of other industry awards. Also in 2020, we held our Foodbuy Supplier Conference, where I had the opportunity to present on our main stage to educate and talk about the work we have done to date. This was a great opportunity to raise awareness of social procurement to our clients, suppliers and partners. Also in 2020, Compass Group, Foodbuy's parent company, also joined the Buy Social Corporate Challenge. This year, in 2021, we are taking steps to expand our Buy Social journey on a global scale. And we've also reached a massive milestone of 250 freshwater wells with Life Water. So to demonstrate our commitment to social procurement, we've become the first procurement organisation in the food and drink sector to join the Buy Social Corporate Challenge. As Matt has mentioned, this is a very groundbreaking initiative which sees high-profile companies from a variety of different sectors working together to promote the use of social enterprises within their business. The challenge launched in 2016 by Social Enterprise UK, and they bring together over 20 different corporate partners. And the collective ambition is to spend £1 billion with social enterprise. The purpose is very much to demonstrate that big companies can use social enterprises, whether that being a water provider, a recruitment agency, or someone providing parental gifting services. There's a social enterprise out there for everyone. So it's currently in the year 4 of the Buy Social Corporate Challenge, and their latest impact report has stated that £91.5 million has been spent with social enterprises directly with the corporate partners. And the challenge has also created over 1,000 different jobs with social enterprises. Some of our clients are also on the challenge, such as SAP. We've worked really closely with them to implement a range of social enterprises into their offering in the UK. We've also carried out a switching exercise with some of their existing suppliers to social enterprises. We changed our existing coffee supplier to Change Please, a social enterprise supporting the homeless. And a staggering 93% of their staff preferred the new solution. We did a series of tasting events and they really gave us great feedback. We've also introduced a number of other social enterprises to SAP, such as Nemiteas, a company empowering refugees through employment, Divine Chocolate, and some other social enterprise brands. All of this collectively helps SAP to educate their staff on social value throughout their everyday purchases. If you're interested in finding out more about the Biosocial Corporate Challenge and becoming a partner, definitely reach out to Social Enterprise UK. They're always looking for new partners in different sectors. Matt will now provide some insight into the social enterprises that we work with.
We're really fortunate working in the food industry that we're able to work with suppliers and products that are really emotive. But it's more than that. It's something that really resonates with everyone. It's something everyone can get on board with, even in their personal lives. So we're proud to work with over 20 different social enterprises at the moment. And the slide here shows just a few of the great examples of the great brands we're working with. And I just wanted to pause and reflect on a couple of them and their great social missions. So Change Please, Laura's mentioned already, have a great business model. So at heart, they're a coffee business, but so much more. They empower homeless communities by training them to be baristas. And with this, jobs are created and lives are transformed through every single cup of coffee purchased. So it really is just as easy as changing where you buy your morning coffee from. Toast Ale. So Toast Ale are on a mission to fight food waste. So they take surplus bread ends and brew them into planet-saving beers, which, by the way, taste really great too. So Toast have a global presence as well. So we're really proud that we're able to work jointly with our sister business over in the US. And what's better, we have somewhat of a circular economy with Toast Ale. So our sandwich supplier is able to deliver in their leftover surplus bread ends, which then Toast turn in and brew into a planet-saving beer. So that's then resold through our clients to our customers. So a really great example of the circular economy there with Toast Ale. And the final one I wanted to touch on was from Babies with Love. So despite our name being Foodbuy, we're actually so much more than that. And we have a really kind of far-reaching and extensive non-food portfolio of suppliers. So From Babies with Love is one of those. And they're a maternity gifting company. And excitingly, they've just actually joined our HR kind of maternity scheme. So anyone going on maternity leave receives a really nice gift from Babies with Love now, thanks to that partnership. And what's really great From Babies with Love is their social mission. 100% of their profits go towards supporting abandoned children around the world. So such a fabulous cause and something we're really proud of here at Foodbuy and Compass.
One of our key commitments when starting our social procurement journey was to measure and report on the benefits and impact of buying social as we use our scale for good. We're working with over 20 different social enterprises across food and non-food categories. We've spent £3.5 million with social enterprises since we've been tracking. We've gained industry recognition through winning a CIPS award and being nominated for 2 other industry awards. We've also publicly committed to spend £5 million with social enterprise. We funded 250 freshwater wells through partnering with Lifewater to provide access to water to those who do not have it in countries such as India, Mozambique, and South Sudan. We've rescued 50,000 slices of bread through working with Toast Ale, a social enterprise which creates beer from surplus bread, and fighting food waste is extremely important to us at Foodbuy and Compass. We've supported 61 people out of homelessness through sales of Change Please, a coffee social enterprise which retrains homeless people as baristas. And we saved an absolute ton of apples and berries throughout working with Rubies in the Rubble, an amazing social enterprise that turns surplus food into a range of condiments with conscience, fighting food waste. Matt will now take us through some details of our award-winning submission.
Thanks, Laura. So yeah, I guess that's a bit about us and our submission and all of the work we've been doing around social procurement. And what we wanted to just do now is I guess, just pause and really reflect on why we think we were chosen as winners of this kind of really prestigious award. And for us, it really centered around three key themes. So the first of those is collaboration between procurement and marketing. So what worked really well for us was having both the subject matter expert from procurement, which was Laura, alongside our marketing and comms team, who were really able to kind of craft the story and really kind of sell out our submission in the greatest light. And it really was a truly collaborative effort. So I'd really suggest anyone looking to enter this year, make sure you've got the kind of the buy-in from all of your key stakeholders. It really all started as well when we attended the CIPS Award Winners event, which took place at Sainsbury's HQ in Holborn last year. So we got to hear from previous winners. We took away tips on how we could alter our submission and kind of really shine us in the best of light. But also we got to hear about some of the new categories and the new look awards that were launched last year. And I guess that really leads me quite nicely on to point number 2, which is the right category at the right time. So we've entered the CIPS Awards for a number of years previously, and whilst we've been recognised on the shortlist a number of times, we've never actually gone all the way and kind of really taken home the award. And I think we'd all put our hands up. We'd probably picked the project we wanted to submit first before actually looking at the categories that were on offer. But this year, CIPS introduced a new award, which is all around social value, and that's the one we went for. And immediately we knew this was the right one for us because we had the exact right project to go with it. Previous years, we'd have probably entered it under something like CSR or sustainability. But this year, we were really able to target our submission to the exact criteria that the judges were looking for. And we were able to drive really tangible benefits and stats to help reinforce our entry. And the final point was using the power of digital and social. So like many, 2020, Foodbuy, it was the year that social media and social boomed. So we doubled our LinkedIn company following in the space of a year. And that's really in no small part down to the focus on documenting our biosocial journey. So at Foodbuy, we really use LinkedIn as our key social media tool, and we use it to educate and inform. We did that both pre-award and post-award with clients, suppliers, but also our internal teams. We helped to really build that real kind of digital following behind our work. And it's something that through all of that work and kind of, really documenting that ethos, it's something that really runs through the team now as a core value. And we're always thinking social and impact in everything we're doing. So I think from me, for anyone submitting an entry for this year, I definitely recommend getting both your procurement, but also your marketing or comms or PR team on board. Don't work in silo, really kind of work together. Pick the right category and the right project, and follow the judging criteria really closely. That's what will get you the marks. And finally, use digital and social to help grow your following and really communicate all of the great work you're doing. So I'll now hand back over to Laura, who's going to talk to you about the next steps and how we take our award-winning submission onto the next stage.
Thanks, Matt. So indeed, what's next? So I now have a global role within Compass Group, Foodbuy's largest client and parent company, where I will work with our global Foodbuy teams across the world to understand how we can roll out the Bisocial programme, taking our best practice from the UK. Here is a snapshot of the different social enterprise networks across the world. Social procurement is already a really growing movement in New Zealand, Australia, and Canada. I'm going to be working with the relevant social enterprise bodies in each market to understand how we can best work with local social enterprises to deliver social value in each market. It's also worth noting that outside of the UK, the global terminology of social enterprise can differ from region to region. This can be due to legal structures. So don't discount not hearing about social procurement in your region just because you haven't heard of social enterprise. The best thing to do is reach out to your local social enterprise network. We'll be able to share more details on this. And watch this space. We really hope we'll be here in a couple of years' time telling you about our global impact.
So I think that all that leaves us to do really is thank you. So thank you to CIPS. Said it at the beginning, but such great recognition and something that everyone at Foodbuy and Compass is incredibly proud of. And thank you in particular to the judges and Emma for giving us this opportunity.
Thank you.
Great, well done, guys. That was really interesting. And I think what really stood out about your submission is that big long history of it. That you're not new to this. You've been at this for a very long time, and just the breadth of projects that you're getting involved with, from helping homeless to reducing waste, build how you can build it into your own business as well with the food waste, and how you can put that to really good use. And I think that's what really made your submission stand out. Excellent stuff. It was lovely to see that picture of you all there at the end there. It's a shame we couldn't celebrate all together, but hopefully you managed to celebrate in some way. How has it made a difference to you as a team and the profile within the organisation?
Yeah, shall I take that one, Laura?
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess first one, how did we celebrate? Clearly, we're on lockdown. I think we're on lockdown at the time. It's easy to lose track at the moment. But what we did was we had a WhatsApp group, so really great kind of following along, watching the virtual ceremony. You know, all on WhatsApp. We all tried to dress up a bit, so we were sitting there in our dinner jackets on the sofa and stuff like that. But yeah, but no, you know, I think obviously would have liked to have all been there in person and all able to celebrate together. But as we've kind of touched on, I think, you know, everyone was. It's been well documented within Foodbuy that we've gone for CIPS Awards for the last few years. So to finally get that recognition, I think there's a real sense of pride across the team. We're procurement professionals, and as I said at the beginning, it's kind of truly the pinnacle. In terms of what it's done for us, I think it's a great tool for us now in terms of demonstrating how we're thought leaders in the procurement industry, and we do really like to think that, certainly with regard to kind of sustainability and social value, it's something that really sits at the heart of our business. I think gone are the days of procurement being all around cost and driving kind of margins and things like that. It's the procurement conversations really moved beyond that into one that's how do you deliver both quality at a great cost, but also how do you showcase your giving back. And I think, you know, the CIPS Award, that kind of badge of approval, if you like, that now sits on our signatures and on our website is just such a great accolade and recognition of that.
Excellent, great. And I think you made some good points there about choosing the right category and kind of not just pulling your submission together and hoping it fits in one of the categories. So did you get together as a project team and pull this together? Was it a big cross-functional effort?
As Matt mentioned earlier, we went to the launch event last year in Sainsbury's HQ. So it was a great opportunity then to just start talking around what was the right category for us. We were really excited to hear that there was a social value category. And it was really me and Matt in marketing working very closely together to understand how we could build a submission that met your entry criteria, also working with other key colleagues in Foodbuy, and then having our submission reviewed by the MD of Foodbuy and also the exec team to give their perspectives. We also managed to get some quotes from our different sectors as well, how we've been supporting their clients. So hopefully, you know, that's the right way to go about it, because we won. So
it certainly was. And congratulations to you and the team. It's really great to hear your submission there, and lovely to hear that coming to the event last year and listening to all those hints and tips helped. So hopefully this video and the rest of the tips that we'll get for the videos, and also go to the website and download the toolkit, get all those hints and tips, pull together a team and put your submission together. Matt, Laura, thank you very much for joining us today, and congratulations to you and the team once again.
thank you. Cheers.
Thank you, Emma.
Thanks.